Hello, 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 everyone. This is your girl Shanidra with Beyond the Cover. Yes, where you will discover exactly what it is and what it's going to be. Now, as you can see on me, I have my Amore to Classy boutique dress from last year, dress to impress. Of course, it's the two-tone, as you know, for sure. But as I told you for the new show, I will have new clothes. It will be the Amore to Classy Boutique show. Now, as you know, that's undergo. So for now, for you to know, all you have to know is that Beyond the Cover will be where you discover who you are. And I will help you, improve you. Now, I know you guys are wondering what the title of the show, and the title for today is Don't Worry, God Will Expose the Enemy. It will bring exposure to the enemy. I'm going to have to fix that. But as a matter of fact, God said, who do you need when you have me? Who do you need when you have me? He said, I am the Almighty. Who do you need when you have me, sweetheart? Because when you are apart, sweetheart, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about your enemies, your frenemies. You don't have to worry about nothing. He will defeat your enemies, sweetheart. You don't have to worry about them. He will expose them. And we're going to get right into it because you know we have to go into the word. Because he always backs up what he's saying, his word. He is a man of his word. So, as you know, for sure, I'm about to let you go. I'm just playing. I'm about to let you know. Now, before I break it down, we have been in John, all of John just about, I'm just playing. We have been in John, the 8th chapter, of John, the 9th chapter, John, the 10th chapter, John, the 11th chapter, and then we went to Matthew on Tuesday. Now, on Tuesday, we had to learn that God's way is not to judge. If we're doing it Yahweh, like I said, you can either do it Yahweh or you can hit the highway. Yes, impress on this one. But as you know, for sure, he said, do not judge, or ye too will be judged in the same way in which you judged. He said, treat people the way you want to be treated. So if you don't want to be treated that way, you shouldn't be treating anybody else that way. Simple. That's all he was saying. That's all Yahweh is saying. He said it's either Yahweh or that you can hit the highway. Like I told you, there's going to be detours in your life. But what are you going to do? You going to continue to be a fool and go through the detour? Oh, there's cones, but I'm going to go around the cones because I don't feel like doing all that. I'm right here. Really? So you're going to continue to try to do it your way instead of Yahweh, God's way. But on today, he said, who do you need when you have me? Who do you need when you have me, the Almighty? I will defeat the enemy, sweetheart, if you want to be a part. So, as you know, we will be in Proverbs, the 26th chapter, starting at the first verse. Yes. Now, I will break it down. Now, Proverbs, the 26th chapter. We're going to start. God says, sweetheart, like snow in summer or rain at harvest, honor is not fitting for a fool. Who's going to honor a fool? Who will honor a fool? Now, verse 2, God said, like a fluttering sparrow or a darting swallow, an underserved curse does not come to rest. Keep going, okay, Lord. A whip for the horse, a bridle for the donkey, and a rod for the backs of the fools. Fools. Verse 4, do not answer a fool according to his folly. Who do you need when you have me? That's what he said. Who do you need when you have me? I will defeat the enemy. Don't even answer to a fool. To foolish people. Don't even answer. He said you don't even have to answer to it. Verse 4, he said, do not answer a fool. Someone that's stuck in their own mind all the time. Do not answer a fool according to his folly. Don't even answer. Block it. Walk away. Do it Yahweh. Or you get the highway. Now, verse 5, he said, answer a fool according to his folly. Now, or he will be wise in his own eyes. See, a fool is only wise in his own eyes. They only believe what's in their mind all the time. No matter what you say, they're going to do it their way. That's a fool. You keep trying to do it your way instead of Yahweh. You didn't see what Jonah said? Jonah went his way. And what happened? They had to throw him off the boat. Now people are going to have to throw you off the boat because you causing storms in everybody else's life. Foolish. Stuck in your own mind all the time. Lean not into thy own understanding, but acknowledge God in all of your ways, sweetheart. Now we got to finish. Verse 6. Sending a message by the hands of a fool is like cutting off one's feet or drinking poison. You can't even send them a message. Nothing. Because that is over their heads. Just. Anyways, he told me to keep going. Like the useless legs of one who is lame is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. Like tying a stone in a sling is the giving of honor to a fool. God will never honor a fool, period. Point blank, end of discussion. Like he told us in verse 4, Proverbs the 26th chapter, verse 4. He said, do not answer a fool. Do not answer a fool according to his folly. Do not even answer to him. Again, God said, who do you need when you have me? I will expose the enemy. Who do you need when you have the Almighty? Who do you need? Nobody. Period. Now, verse 9, like a thorn bush in a drunkard's hand is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. Like an archer who wounds at random is one who hires a fool or any passerby. As a dog returns to its vomit, so fools repeat their folly. Do you see a person wise in their own eyes? Do you see a person wise in their own eyes? No matter what facts you bring to them, to the table, you can bring facts exactly to show them. I'm showing you the facts. You can read it. I'm in the NIV version of the Bible. You can read it for yourself. Facts. You bring facts to them and they still look over it. Stuck in their own heads because they want to believe what they want to believe in their heads. A fool. They want to do it their way, even though it's not working. That's insanity. To keep trying to do the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. Insanity. Look that up. Now, I'm going to finish breaking it down. He said, do you see a person wise in their own eyes? Do you see a person wise in their own eyes? No matter what you say, you can tell them to pray to the Almighty and they refuse to obey. but they say that they pray and obey the Almighty. They call him Lord, Lord, but they don't do what he say. He clearly tells you what to do, but you want to continue to be a fool. Why do you decide to continue to be a fool when he's telling you what to do? The Bible is basic instructions before leaving earth. Bible. That's what the Bible is for. Basic instructions before leaving earth. That's it. Now, that's why he said we will have no excuses, because he already gave us the instructions. What you can and cannot do. So you won't be confused. Now, we're still on verse 12. Like he said, do you see a person wise in their own eyes? There is more hope for a fool than for them. A sluggard says, there is a lion in the road, a fierce lion roaming the streets. As a door turns on its hinges, so a sluggard turns on his bed. A sluggard buries his hand in the dish. He is too lazy to bring it back to his mouth. A sluggard is wise in his own eyes. That's why God said, lean not. Lean not. Let me see where I was at. Verse 15. Lean not into thy own understanding, but acknowledge God in all of your ways. It's not going to make any sense. I still have 2 kids. I don't know why I say had. That's past tense. But I have 2 children. When I started my business, I had a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old by myself with no help. Not even child care. They wouldn't even give me child care. But I knew that my father had told me to do this. Now, I never went to school for photography, never did none of that. So it did look weird. It looked crazy. I was looking crazy. Everybody was, oh, you need to think about those kids. You need to go ahead and get you a job. I'm like, no. See, God supplies all my needs. That's why I'm able to succeed. Because I acknowledge God in all my ways. I do not lean to my own understanding, because it don't make sense to me. But I obey and pray to the Almighty. So it don't have to make sense to me. I don't make sense to me sometimes, you know? So, as you know, I obey and pray to the Almighty in my actions. I don't just say this. He said, why do you call him Lord, Lord? This is what we read in Matthew Tuesday. Why do you call him Lord, Lord, and you do not do what he say? You do not. You judge. He said, do not judge. We read this in Matthew. We were in Matthew just Tuesday. In the first verse, it said, do not judge, or ye too will be judged in the same way in which you judged. So, he said, treat people the way you want to be treated. He said all of this. He asked you why. He said, not everyone that called him Lord, Lord will enter the kingdom of heaven. Why are you calling him Lord, Lord, and you're not doing what he say? You're doing what your job say. You're doing what they say. But you're not praying to the Almighty. You're not doing it Yahweh. You hitting the highway. I told you there's going to be detours. It's going to happen. I have detours all day, every day. He said, do everything without grumbling and complaining. Then I'm not saying that I don't never complain or anything, because I'll be lying. But I get smacked right real quick, because I'm thankful, because now I see it in a different way. When there's a detour in my way, I'm like, okay, the Almighty is clearly trying to protect me from something, because once I get up to the red light or whatever, or get up to the spot where it was a slowdown or whatever, there was a wreck. So God was just protecting me from being in the wreck. That's it. So if we start changing the way we see things, and we start seeing things in a different light, instead of trying to be negative and thinking, oh God, why are you letting this happen to me? And obviously, God is doing it for your good. All things work together for your good. He's a man of his word. just because you want to be absurd and blame him. But you don't never talk to him. You don't have time to talk to him. You don't have time to spend time with him. None of that. But you want to blame God for everything that's happening in your life that you decided to do on your own. When you leaned into your own understanding. You did that. You are the fool. See, I didn't want to continue to be a fool. So when God put me through and he renewed, I didn't want to continue to be a fool. Because he renewed my mind, my whole way of thinking. I don't think the same. But I never blamed my father. Now, I wonder why I did some stupid things. Like, why, Shanitra? Why would you do something like that? You know better. You know better. Why? But we make mistakes. We all make mistakes. God said, if any man say that they have never sinned, the truth does not lie in them. So with that being said, we already know. If we out here, oh, I'm so perfect. Nothing has ever, I've never, God don't even believe you. God don't. He said, if any man say that they have never sinned, the truth does not lie in them. Period. But we cannot continue to judge his people. I don't know why he has me to continue to keep talking about this, but obviously we cannot keep looking at people's situations and just looking at that part in their story. We have to go beyond the cover so we can discover. We can discover their strength. See, they didn't know about David, sweetheart. They didn't know about David. What are you doing here, little bitty? You know, like he was nothing. But who did God choose to beat Goliath, to defeat Goliath? Couldn't nobody else. He said, who do you need when you have me, sweetheart? Who do you need when you have me? That's what the Almighty is saying. You don't need anybody. He will defeat the enemy. You don't have to do nothing. Absolutely nothing. You continue to do his will, his way. Or you can hit the highway, Yahweh or the highway. Simple. So, if you don't know, we have to do his will. We cannot. That's why he keeps saying, do not lean to your own understanding. That's a fool. We are reading what a fool is. They're stuck in their own mind all the time. We cannot continue to be foolish. Period. I don't want to continue to be foolish. I want somebody to tell me, look, Shanitra, you looking crazy. You need to stop doing that or something. We can't keep crying and whining every time somebody tell us that we're doing something wrong. Because when we deal with God and we decide to make that transformation and surrender, oh, God is not going to sugarcoat nothing with you, sweetheart. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And when you're delivered, it's not fun and joyful. I mean, he's pulling stuff out. When he was delivered, I'm still being delivered from stuff, but he's pacing me. He knows what I can take and what I can't. So when I was in the process of being delivered, it was like, and I'm still in the process. Let me just make that clear. But when you're in the process of being delivered, he's delivering you from some pains that you refuse to deal with. Stuff I'm like, oh, I'm not worried about that no more. Oh, that doesn't bother me. Oh, this and all that. Oh, when the Almighty started dealing with me, oh my gosh, I had to feel all of it. Not some of it, not part of it, but all of it. I was like, oh, this hurts, Lord. Oh, I couldn't even stop crying. I mean, it hurt, but I had to feel it. I had to deal in order to heal. You have to take accountability for your actions. Quit blaming everybody else. He said, why do you look at the speck in somebody else's eyes, but you can't see that big old plank in your own eyes? You can't see that big plank. I mean, big old plank in your own eyes, but you looking at every little speck in everybody else's eye. Oh, you see that? You got a little crumb right here. Okay, you got a big old plank right here. You don't see that big old plank in your own eyes? You don't see that? But you act surprised when somebody decides to tell you that you got a big plank in your own eye. But you looking at everybody else, micromanaging everybody else instead of yourself. God will show you. You need to look at the man or woman in the mirror, sweetheart. If you really want to be a part, you cannot continue to do the same things and then complain. You want to keep doing the same thing, doing what you want to do, the way you want to do it. This is how I'm going to do it. I've been doing it. And look at you now. You want to continue to fake it till you make it. Congratulations. You are the grand prize winner of nothing. Congratulations. Woo! You get to fake like you're happy instead of being really happy. Congratulations. I don't want to fake like I'm happy. I want to be really happy. I don't want no Facebook happy. I want real happiness. And the only way you can get real happiness is from God. I am telling you. I've never had peace ever in my life until I surrendered all of me to God. All of me. I used to have half of me, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So I'm not judging nobody. I had 1 foot in. Clearly, I have 2 kids. Let's just nip that in the bud. But I'm not judging nobody. But now that I'm all in within, and I belong, I'm just playing. This is what it is, and what it's gonna be. Now, you don't have to worry about your enemies because He will expose the enemies. Now I don't know why I put of, but see, that's another thing. I have to slow down. As you can see, even on my videos, He has me to slow down. Sometimes I'm in a rush. So there's always stuff that you can work on. I have to work on a lot of things all the time because I'm like, oh, I got to get this done. I got to get this done. I'm trying to get everything off of me. All of it. Like, well, people are like, how do you do all that? I just do it. I do it. I don't push it off. I just do it. Now, sometimes just doing it gets you in trouble still with the Almighty. Because He's like, okay, you just hurried up and jumped out there before I finished. I'm like, I'm just trying to hurry up and do it, Lord. I'm just wanting to do it. I want to do your will. He was like, you can't do my will if you don't listen and you don't wait. So I still got work to do. Because I'm ready to jump. Oh, Lord, you said go left? Okay. He's like, wait a minute. Slow down. There's more for you to do. Don't be confused and be a fool. So, I'm just here to tell you. He's been telling you what a fool is. Somebody that's stuck in their own mind. That's why we cannot lean into our own understanding. You want to continue to lean to your own understanding. Oh, well, that don't make sense. I won't do that. I'm not quitting my job. If God told you to do that, that's what you need to do. Now, I was saying the same thing before I realized who I was talking to. Now, I thought I was talking to myself. Like, oh, I don't do videos. Oh, I'm a photographer. I love being behind the camera. Oh, I don't like being noticed. Oh. And look at me now. Because God said, who are you talking to? I know you're not about to be a fool. When you belong to. I cannot. So when I realized who I was talking to, I got some act right real quick. Oh, Lord, I'm talking to you. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm talking to the Almighty. Oh, okay. That's all I had to know. As soon as I realized that, I'm like, okay. You said do videos. When He told me to do videos on His word, and I was a babe in Christ, and I was just learning it, I'm like, Lord, because I know how He judges his teachers and his pastors. So I was freaking out. I did not feel like I was qualified. I was like, no, Lord, I really don't want to do this. I'm trying to live. I want to live for you, Lord. I don't want to mess up. But nothing is perfect. And we have to trust God. When he decides to do what he do in our lives, whether we think we are qualified or what have you, we must do it, period. Obviously, he knows our abilities because he's the one that created us. Right now, you're not doing anything that he told you to do. You are being a fool because you're doing what you want to do. This is not about you. That's another way I'm able to tell when somebody is really doing, oh, God told me, yeah, because honey, now I've been able to do me. And oh, no, ma'am, no ham, no turkey. No, what? It's not about you, sweetheart. It's about everybody else other than yourself. Now, he's going to take care of you, but you got to do what he tell you to do. Period. I don't do this on my own. And I definitely don't condone any wrong. But I don't do this on my own. This is not what I chose to do. It may look glamorous and, oh, she must have wanted it. No, ma'am, no ham, no turkey. I'm just being obedient. I don't want to be in the Jonah. I've been in the Jonah season. And I did not like being in that nasty, ugly, disgusting place. But some of y'all passed and y'all having to be brought back to life. Y'all in Lazarus situation. Now he's having to bring you out. Come on out. Take off them filthy garments. I don't want to keep, no. And then you bringing all these storms into everybody else's life and they having to throw you off the boat. Because you want to continue to do you. You know what, honey, this is how I've been. Okay, continue to be that way all your life. The rest of your life or whatever life you have left. What are you accomplishing? This is all about you. But you can't bring none of that to yourself. What are you leaving here? Again, it's either Yahweh or you can hit the highway. He said, don't worry about your enemies. You worried about what Billy Bob is saying and what they praying. And I don't care. You can say, you can witchcraft, whatever. It's not going to affect me. I pray to the Almighty. He said, who do you need when you have me? What? I defeat the enemy. What? All you got to do is tell me, sweetheart. Because you are a part. So, therefore, since I am his child, I don't have to. I used to. I'm not ashamed because I'm not that no more. That's not who I am. But I used to handle fools. But as he told us in Proverbs, the 26th chapter, do not answer a fool according to his folly. So I don't have to. I don't have to. I don't even have to. Don't worry about your enemies. God will expose your enemies. I'm going to fix that. That's why I need to quit rushing. You see, there's stuff I could just clearly see that I need to fix. So I'm not telling you guys like, oh, you need to, and you need to. There's stuff that I have to fix. Even today, as you can see. I have to fix this for the Almighty. So I could be who I'm predestined to be. Now, I guess he is stopping me now. All I'm saying on today, don't be a fool. We just read in Proverbs what a fool is. You don't want to continue to be a fool. You don't want to continue to be stuck in your own head. You don't want to be led by everybody else but God. You want to do what your job say. You will stop for everybody else but God. Oh, my job said I got to stop smoking. My job said I'm da. Oh, your job. Oh, well, my friend just told me da. But look at it like this. When our kids. Now, with me, I don't care as long as they get it. You know, if it comes from somebody else and they get it, I say the same thing. It don't matter. But it is annoying sometimes when they come like it's some new news. Like, oh, all I had to do was, God is like, I've been told you that. As a matter of fact. But you didn't want to hear me. But it's annoying. You know it's annoying when our children, my friend told me, like, oh. So I never told you, well, I can't remember. Oh, you can't remember. Oh, okay. So all I'm saying on today, we cannot do this to Yahweh. We have to continue to do his will, his way. We can't keep saying that we pray and obey the Almighty when we don't. You don't. He tell you not to judge, you judging every little nick and any somebody do. I tell somebody, this is what the Lord said, boom, I'm done. I'm not about to sit here and micromanage you. I'm not about to sit here and watch you. Oh my gosh. Oh look, she done moved wrong. She coughed wrong. Oh, you can't cough like that. Oh, you can't. No. Then I'm stepping out of my position. And I'm not trying to get in God's way. Period. I have been there, done that. Trying to help. I told you, I'm a giver, I'm a helper. So anytime I thought, somebody needed help, gotta help. They asked me for help. Gotta help. Gotta go over here. God was like, I didn't tell you to do that. I'm like, well, they asked me for help, so I thought that if I helped them, I was doing it for you. I'm like, no, don't be confused. If I didn't tell you to do that, don't do it. But, there was a learning curve I had to get over. So now, anybody help me, ask me for help, I'm like, I'll pray about it. I'll let you know. I'm not moving. I don't want to be a fool. When he told me that I was getting in his way, I'm like, well, I was trying to help them. He was like, I'm helping them. Now, the way he helping them don't seem like he helping them, but he helping them. Just like it don't seem like when our children get disciplined, they don't think that it's helping them, but it's helping them. Because they shouldn't want to do that same thing that they got discipline for. That's all it's for. So, as you know, for sure, you do not want to continue to be a fool. Don't worry about your enemies. God is about to put them into an open exposure, sweetheart. They don't even know it. They thinking that they plotting and whatever, jotting every little thing that you do. But they are confused. They don't know what God is about to do. They are confused because they don't know what God is about to do. They keep watching you. But that's why he tell you not to judge. Judge not, or ye too will be judged in the same way in which you judge. Because he's judging you. While you watching them, he watching you. You jotting down everything that they doing. And he jotting down everything that you see. But the difference is you have no power. You have no power. God has all the power. That's why he said, don't worry about them. Don't worry about your enemy. I got them. I see them. They don't think I see them. They think they hiding and no. Can't nobody hide from me. I see all of it. I'm the Almighty. Period. I know their thoughts. I know all of it. Not some of it. Not part of it. Not a little bit of it. He said, I know all of it. So, don't worry about them. Don't worry about none of your enemies, sweetheart. I know it's frustrating. I know it's annoying. I know it's confusing. Like, why? And I haven't even done anything. And why? And honey, I've asked all these questions. And I've talked to my father about it. I've been telling on everybody. But he said, don't worry about them, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. He got that part. You just continue to do what he tell you to do. Period. Don't be confused. Continue to do what he tells you to do. Surrender yourself to God. You need to decide on today whom you're going to pray and obey. You need to pray and obey the Almighty. You can't keep calling him Lord, Lord, and you don't do what he say. Depart from me, worker of iniquity, worker of sin. You have to stop the sin that you are in. He said, turn from your wicked ways. Then turn from your wicked ways. then he will hear from heaven. Then, after you first turn from your wicked ways, you have to turn. I have to turn. I had to turn away from letting people know what it is and what it was going to be. I had to turn away from all this. I had to dismiss all of that. We cannot judge. We have to treat people the way we want to be treated. If we don't want to be treated like that, don't treat nobody else like that. Quit when you help somebody, you gotta, oh look, I had to help. Or you get on the phone, oh yeah, I helped such and such. Oh yeah, I had to help them because they was, down, but I'm always there. You know how I am. Really? Oh, okay. That was you? Oh, okay. No, that's not Yahweh, honey. Then you want to condone what is wrong. You cannot do that. I don't care what's going on in this world. I'm not consumed with the things of this world. I don't care. Can care. Oh, did you know? Did you know my father? Did you know he was the Almighty? Did you know he was all powerful? Did you know how big my father is? I don't care how big you think that is. You thinking Goliath is so big. I'm not worried about Goliath. Sweetheart. See what you don't know about David. See, David already knew. He was like, my daddy was with me when I had to fight the lions and the bears. See, you don't know what I had to go through when I was watching over the sheep. You don't know. You think you know, but you have no idea. You think I'm just this little bitty thing. But I won't complain because I already know. He said it was God. He don't need it. You want to give me all of this equipment? I don't need all that. I don't need it. He said, who do you need when you have me? I don't need all that heavy stuff. Take this stuff off. I don't need that. What? Do you know who I have with me? Yahweh told him in John. We read in John. He let him know what it was. He said, I'm not here on my own. I'm not here on my own. I don't come here to tell you stuff on my own. Do you not know? What? He knew that he had his father. When Joseph had to go through all the stuff that he had to go through. All of it. See, if you would have read part of Joseph's story, oh, Joseph was in jail. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that Joseph was in jail. Oh, see, he thinking he all good. See, that's how y'all saying. He thinking he all good. Look at him now. He in jail. Ooh, but look at him now. Y'all having to bow down. Woo! Look at God. When you decide on today whom you're going to pray and obey, you must pray and obey the Almighty. I'm telling you, he said, who do you need when you have me? Who? I will defeat the enemy. Period. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Do not worry about the enemy. He will expose the enemy. They are about to be in an open exposure. Period. He about to expose all of their little sneaky plots and jots. They've been jotting every little thing that you've been doing. Trust me. They think you don't see, but God is confusing the enemy. See, they too busy focusing on you while he focused on them. But when you with him, you don't have to worry about them. Ooh. So again, God said, don't worry about it. He about to put them into an open exposure, just like he said in his word. Period. See, if you knew his word, that's why you have to get into the word yourself. You can't listen to anybody else. You have to get into his word yourself. Period. Get the NIV version. If you don't understand the King James, get both of them so you can compare. That's what I started out with both of them. But the NIV version is easy for me. So, I mean, there's ways that you can learn. And when you're, thank you, Lord, he said, slow down. When you are guided by God, he will guide you through his word. I didn't understand the word at all. I'm like, I don't understand this, but I didn't want to. I'm like, I hear from God. I don't want anything else confusing me because I hear from God. And so I already knew I heard from God. So I had decided that I didn't need the word. But God told me when I had to listen to my Father, and he told me that I need to read his word. Oh, I was in it. And it has changed my life. He has changed my life. God. I couldn't even change on my own. I kept saying, oh, I'm going to change. No, I won't be the same. No, I could not change on my own. So, again, you have to be right within. My friend, we cannot continue to disobey and pray, P-R-E-Y, over people. We need to P-R-A-Y, for people. Okay? If we are obeying the Almighty. We can't keep saying, calling him Lord, Lord, and we don't do what he say. He said, don't only be hearers of my words, but be doers also. That's okay that you heard me. Like I tell my kids, okay, you heard me. I heard what you said. You said clean the kitchen. But the kitchen's not clean. You heard me, but you didn't do it. What good is that? You heard what I said, but you didn't do what I said? My kitchen's still not clean? What? What do you mean? My kitchen is not clean, you know? So that's what God is saying. What do you mean? You hearing my word and you still not going to do it? That looks like disobedience. When our kids don't do it, oh, you heard me and you decided not to do what I said? Really? Okay, and that's how we look to God. You heard my word and you still choose not to do what I told you to do. You still want to act like you're confused when you know what I told you to do. I quit my job. I stopped everything. Didn't have anybody else to blame. Had to raise his name. Period. No matter how I looked, I didn't really care. I've never cared about how I look to other people. I was a virgin all through high school, got teased for that. Petty stuff like that. Doing the right thing. So, nevertheless, God will bless if you stay out of that mess. So, don't worry about it. Don't worry about your enemies. He about to expose them, sweetheart. He already been exposing them, just like he already had exposed Judas. But as you can see with Judas ended up killing himself before Yahweh even died. Or, died and then rose the third day. So don't worry about your enemy. Your frenemies. Don't worry about them. Take that detour. Quit trying to go through and go your way because you don't want to obey and pray to the Almighty. Oh, I'm not going through all that. And I'm not, well, that's fine. You don't want all that then. Quit praying for all this stuff if you don't want to do it. Faith without works is dead. You don't want to do nothing for it. That don't make any sense. Nothing. Oh, he told me he was going to do it. I'm going to sit here and, okay, sit there and just be looking. Let all these bills fall down and I'll just keep looking. Just keep waiting. No, because I know he told me, and he said faith without works is dead. He told you that too, but you're going to look over there. Oh, that's all the way back there. You don't want to look at that. You want to look at part of it. Some of it. He said all of it. Obey all of his commandments. Not some of it, not part of it, not a little bit of it, not what you want. Like we tell our kids, don't do what you choose to do. You do all of it. You just chose to just sweep the kitchen. I told you to clean all the kitchen. All of it, not some of it, not part of it. We don't want our kids to do part of what we told them to do. But you want to do part of what God told you to do. And then you want to look confused. Then you want to blame his name. But you complain and blame his name, but you don't even talk to him. You don't even walk with him. Nevertheless, stop stressing so you can be blessed. Turn from your wicked ways, then he will hear from heaven. We cannot continue to be a fool. Because all these fools is going to see what God is going to do. So you don't want to be a fool when God is about to do what he's about to do. You definitely don't want to be a fool. So we read in Proverbs 26 chapter of what a fool will do. They're stuck in their own mind all the time. They don't want to do it Yahweh. They want to hit the highway. So you're going to have to choose this day whom you're going to serve in your actions, sweetheart, if you want to be a part. Not everyone that calls him Lord, Lord will enter the kingdom of heaven. Mm-mm. You ain't doing what he's saying. You think you about to be rewarded. He's not going to honor that. Didn't I prophesy? No, you prophelied. That's what you did. We have to test people by their fruits. So, God doesn't teach us to judge. He told us not to judge. We're not supposed to micromanage you at all. Every little thing you do. That's God's job. We're stepping out of our own. All we're supposed to do is tell you what's right and wrong, that we don't condone, and keep it move on. That's it. That's it. Nothing else. I'm not supposed to sit here. Oh, what? She told me that. And here she go, bankroll over there. Oh, no, that's God's job. I don't want nobody doing that to me. Like he said, treat people the way you want to be treated. We just read that in Matthew. Treat people the way you want to be treated. I don't want nobody micromanaging me, so I'm not going to micromanage you. I'm not going to nitpick every little thing you do. I don't have time because I got to nitpick and see everything like I have to fix this. I'm showing you, it doesn't bother me because I want to fix my wrongs. I want to keep continuing doing the same thing and complaining, going insane. That's insanity. Repeating the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. You're going to have to change something up. You quit blaming everybody else, quit being confused. You're going to have to change you. You're going to have to do what you're supposed to do. So, as you know for sure, that's all I have to tell you on today. When I say we must pray and obey the Almighty, he said don't only be hearers of his word, but be doers also. So I'm going to let you go for sure. But let's go beyond the cover so that we can discover